looking at this calendar, that happened to me years ago too, and I'm finding out about this. I was looking in the calendar and I could not find this Gaur Purnima, and I was querying why is it and what is occurring. So, similar circumstance, an analogy may be drawn. If you do not have knowledge of someone, then you cannot have some affection for that personality. For example, say you go to the airport and you're looking into the crowd and you notice someone is expectantly waiting for another person. And that person, as they glance across to a particular area, they are, I wouldn't say, they are mesmerized, they are enticed at once to see their beloved. Why? Because they have this attraction, this raga for them, this intense longing, because they have knowledge of that personality. It may be the mother has not seen the child for many years, and upon glancing at maybe the favorite shirt of the child, or maybe some gesticulation of the child, the parent will feel some maternal or paternal love looking at that child, because they have some relationship, they have some sambandha. Sambandha meaning to bind. So they have some divine knowledge of that object of their desire. So similarly, we may try to understand that absolute truth, and we all search for this exemplification of eternal love, because just like the chakora bird is calling to the rain to come, you will only drink the water from that rain cloud that is falling from that rain cloud at a certain time, certain period. You will not go and drink water any and everywhere and at any time. Similarly, the expectant soul has been searching life after life, janam after janam, for their beloved. And this love that they are searching for should be ahaituki apratihara. Two, it should be unmotivated and it should be uninterrupted. Because the mind is chanchala. Why is the mind chanchala? Because the mind cannot be sthita pragya, it cannot be situated in its own repose of Krishna consciousness, Sanatana Dharma. And in this restless search for peace, realization dawns upon the soul that peace can only have Shantakara Ujakshana Padmanabham Sureshwaram Vishwadharam. And that word Vishwadharam, that is when Vishmadev was asked by Yudhishthira Maharaj, what is this dharma? What is this dharma directed to? It is directed to the Lord who is the owner of the entire world, Vishwadharam. That Lord, Sriman Narayana. But, and a disclaimer is made, that Sriman Narayana, even though he is God, he is Bhagwan, yet he, that supreme receptacle of divine love, I wouldn't say unfortunately because it would be a blunder on my part to say such, but some rust, some sweetness is missing. And in order to taste that sweetness, in order to understand and comprehend that sweetness, our most merciful Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, advented. There are four major reasons for our Lord Goranga to advent. But before I continue, I would just like to note a senior devotee friend of mine, unfortunately he isn't here today, he would normally tell me, give some testimony as per the topic you are speaking about. Is it mere rhetoric, are you saying? Is it mere speech, words? No. For me, and we'll go to the philosophy just now. For me, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been the guiding light of my life. And why I say that is because, first of all, I could have mentioned this to you many times, the first instance of my contact with Krishna consciousness was a book about Chaitanya fate in Orissa, about the Oriya disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Lord Chaitanya's exuberation and exhilarating love upon at reaching that Garuda Stamba in Jagannath Puri, and the horripilation and certain gada, all these different emotions he's exhibiting upon seeing Lord Jagannath. So, as I said, many years ago, upon coming in contact with this personality called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I actually got immersive in the sense that understanding that yes, this Chaitanya must be God. And I was not suspicious. In my mind I was studying, but this Krishna is God. But then I said, you know what? If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Krishna is God, then Krishna is God. I know for many other devotees it's the flip side around. Krishna is God, and then if Krishna says Chaitanya, then we believe. So that's the end of the little quick testimony on my part. So to continue, as I said, this personality, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is not all seeking the mercy of his associates would be in some great deal of problem. It says in the Shastra, Panchatattvatmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Surupakam Bhakta Utaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes with his other principal associates. That is Lord Nityananda, Balaram, that is Gadadhar Pandit, Srimati Radharani, and all the Shaktis, Advaita Acharya, whose appearance day we celebrated before the Shivratri, Advaita Acharya's appearance day. So Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vas, and all the other great bhaktas. The Raganuga bhaktas, the Rag Atmika bhaktas, these personalities who are in Golok Vrindavan and in Nitya Dabadvi, they are in Golok Vrindavan, and when they are looking down and seeing Krishna going to come, actually once after Shri Krishna, it is said by our Acharyas, Sanatana Goswami, and was also reiterated by Rupa Goswami Pad, that why this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. We all know, in Gaur Govind Maharaj would have noted in the Embankment of Separation, one of his books, that Shri Krishna, many times you often hear this, that Shri Krishna would have looked at a reflection of himself. It might be hard for us to comprehend how the absolute, what the reflection of the absolute would be, because Om Purnamada Purnamidam, the reflection of the absolute is still the absolute. He is still not the avatar. That reflection is still Shri Krishna. So you would have seen the reflection and been befuddled, been entranced by that madhurya, that feeling of intense love, and that rag, that intense desire to embrace that form came within his mind. And then we also heard many a times about another reason for the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Parvati Mata and Lord Shivji, they were talking about Jagannath Prasadam. I think you all remember that from Chaitanya Mangal, and the Katha would have gone on, where due to that factor, Krishna, Vishnu Bhagavan would have told Parvati Devi that yes, I will come and tell you and distribute this love to all your children, because we in the material world, Amba Devi, she considers us her children because she's Prakriti. She's like the mother of the material world. Not the entire universe, but she's the mother of the material world. And she wants to help us in our Krishna consciousness. But today, I would note a third historical fact of ancient Puranic significance. Once, actually, it is said, as I was noting, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami Pada have noted this, that Shri Krishna, upon leaving the mundane Bhoma Vrindavan and Mathura and Dwarka and going back to Golok Vrindavan, he is in Golok Vrindavan, and he is so much in his mind, like we will sing Mama Mandire Raha Nishidin Krishna Murari, in his mind we are begging Krishna to come into our hearts. Antar Mandir Jago Jago Madhava Krishna Gopal. But similarly, Krishna is begging in his mind at that moment. Oh, actually in the spiritual world, a disclaimer again here, there is no actual separation between the beloved and their Lord. But just to exemplify pure devotion and to carry forth the mellows of pure bhakti, ras tattva, in Golok Vrindavan, Shri Krishna, he is seated and he is feeling some intense love welling up in his heart. That madhuram, that sweetness is welling up, and he is having this raga, just as the devotee, as I said, the raga, the affection of these personalities, Vaishaka, Lalita, Tungavidya, and others in Golok Vrindavan. They are made out of pure raga, pure attachment. There is no difference between their body and soul, so to speak. They are pure Chintamani. They are pure also Satchidananda Vigraha, being expansions of Srimati Radharani. So they, now being of pure bhakti, they understood that yes, this Shri Krishna is playing out a leela of separation at this moment. And Vaishaka Devi, Vaishaka Mata actually, she goes to Shri Krishna and says, "Oh Krishna, I notice you are feeling forlorn at this time. What is the problem?" And Shri Krishna is saying, you know, I came and we killed Kans, I fought Chanur Mustika and so many other personalities. But yet, I have not given what I have. So many of my children, I'm Jagat Pita. So many of my children, Aham Bija Pradapita, I am the original seed-giving father. But so many of my children in this world, they are forlorn, they are lost. Just like the story of the prodigal son. So, I am thinking how I can save them. And it's said that Vaishaka Devi, Vaishaka Ma, one of the 8 principal gopis, she said to the Lord, she said, "Oh Krishna, I understand your play now. It is not, this is Prem Purushottam, this play, this Leela is going to occur. And I think before you do what I think you're going to do, you go and take the mercy of your Aryadyatam Guru, Srimati Radharani." So Shri Krishna immediately upon the instruction of his Shiksha Guru, Shri Vaishaka Ma, one of the, as I said, she's one of the 8 principal gopis, Shri Krishna runs immediately and takes the foot dust from Srimati Radharani's feet and places it on his head and begs her, "Oh Radhe, is it possible that you would give me permission to leave this divine Golok Vrindavan?" Of course, the Lord can never leave, but you know, for the sake of Leela Vichar, could you give me the permission to go to this Bhumi, this Bhulok, and bring back the Jivas? And Srimati Radharani says, "Oh Krishna, wherever you are, I am also. So I will have to go too." And then, when the other gopis and associates, as I said, no matter there is some separation physically, well, not physically, but between them, they all know at that moment, yes, we should gather around. And they all gather around saying, you know, "Krishna, I will come," and they actually tell that they will all come. Because Gorangera Sangi Gane Nitya Siddhakori Mani. When Lord Goranga comes, his associates come. And these associates are the replicas in Golok Vrindavan are the 8 principal gopis and the other 108 gopis who come to the material world from the spiritual world. Even our beloved His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and even Srila Prabhupada, they would have been Manjaris in this divine realm of Golok Vrindavan, serving Srimati Radharani. Because Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swaparantikam. The mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the mission of Rupa Goswami. And as I will tell you very soon, I don't realize the time is ticking. Kalosmi Krishna says, I have time, all devouring. So, just as the simple factor that these personalities have to come out, have to skip a little bit. Just as these personalities have to come to the world, they are all associated with each other. So linking Krishna Katha with Gaura Katha, as I said, Shri Krishna now, he has this desire, this itcha to come to the material world, and Vaishaka actually tells him, I shall come and shall be a viceroy in the state called Orissa. And we all know that is Ramanand Roy in Ramanand Samvad. Vaishaka would have come and spoken to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So similarly, all these personalities would come, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and so many others, would come when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. So, so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he does not come alone. So that is why I said, you do not think